practice yesterday on how defenses are officiated. Take a listen.
5 years they're not going to call, you'll eventually start worrying about it. They don't call offsides for offense, but they'll call on defense. They won't call offensive pass interference, but they'll call defensive pass interference immediately. Like, we know what they're trying to do. They want to load the points up so fans can be happy, and you know what I mean? They'll call defensive holding, but they won't call offensive holding. Like let's just wake up.
Cam, you agree with Micah Parsons?
Yes, Micah. But what's good for business, though? Do you want to see a 10-7 football game, or would you want to see a 37-34 knockdown drag out? I mean, it is what it is, but I don't think that's what goes into officiating. What you have to really look at is who has an unfair advantage. It's disappointing when you see how hard it is to be an actual cornerback in this league. That's tough, right? It's disappointing to see how can you really stop the tush push. It's tough, but you got to get over it. Micah Parsons has been in this league and understood the deficiencies that he may deem as deficient, but it's still good for business. When offenses is exploding on the scoreboard, that's what we want to see as fans.
So are you saying that let's not be critical of officiating because it's good for business when the offense is favored over the defense?
What I am saying is, let them play, coach. Let them play.
No, you know what he's saying? He's saying because I said so. You remember back in the day, you do something and your mama would tell you not to do it.
That's right.
And then you would be like,
why, mama?
Because I said so. That's exactly what Cam is telling the defense. He's saying, yes, it is unfair. Yes, all of the rules do benefit the offense. You know what happens when something happens to a guy like a Cam Newton, a Tom Brady, or one of the top quarterbacks in the league, a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen? A new rule is made. You know why you can't hit quarterbacks low? Because Tom Brady missed the season. Do you know if you get into the pocket and the quarterback is throwing the ball and you attempt to block the football or knock it down or tip it and you just graze his pretty little helmet, you know what happens? They get 15 more yards and they got a first down. Micah Parsons is rushing the quarterback last week, literally trying to get to Joe Flacco. He got a hand around his neck. He getting clothesline. Dude got a hand all the way on his other shoulder. His shoulder pad sitting on top of his ear hole. And you know what happened, Stephen A? Nothing. Not a damn thing. You know why? Because as long as the offense scores, now everybody can watch Jackson Dart dance in the end zone.
Let me throw this at you because my man Ray Lewis, he broke this down because you know how he get when he start whispering. Stephen A. You know, he starts whispering, right? And that's when he's getting intense, even more intense, right? Like, we men. And I'm going like this. I got that, Ray. But why you always walking around acting like you know what you threw up your hands and somebody else got to in the same, in this mano and mano? That's it. If a quarterback is standing there throwing the pass, he's defenseless, essentially. It ain't like he up there against you. So I'm like, when you talk about somebody, you bring up Tom Brady getting hit low. I don't have a problem with a rule that don't want you to hit a cat in the knees or lower if you're in the quarterback position. If you can go from the knees up, I don't have a problem with that because, damn, you throwing the damn football. It ain't like you getting the face up against the defender.
What about, so I got to tackle you, and when you fall into the ground, why I got to stop, drop, and roll all the way off of you? Because if I fall,
that's part. And I have a little extra on the part. I mean, he can act.
Yeah, don't do that. Because if the petty Cam is really trying to insert himself in this thing. I was like, hold on, who got them calls? I didn't get them calls. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, what was these rules when I was playing? You know what I mean? But the thing about it is given, I played on the offense. It's given you played on the defense. Now let's go to a person that watches it and covers it for a long time. Stephen A. When you watch game film, whether basketball, in this case football, would you not want to see a high-scoring game?
Absolutely would. You're absolutely right. You want more offense because you're bored by just the defensive battle. That much is true. But I do think at times it's been a bit excessively in favor of offenses. There is a line not to cross. It's a little bit too much in this day and age.
But Cam, the other point is this, though. Like, we've watched games that were defensive battles or that were back and forth games where the offense won one, the defense won one. And those games are fun, right? Like, when you think back to the Cincinnati Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl in 2021, that game wasn't just explosively high scoring, but when we get to the end of the football game and we see the no-look to Cooper Kupp and then Aaron Donald finishes with a pressure, that's excitement. Right? It's supposed to be parity. It's supposed to be an opportunity for both sides of the ball to have a chance to excel. And I think the more rules that we get and the more quote-unquote fun that we're attempting to have, we're taking the physicality, we're taking the mano-a-mano, we're taking the gladiator out of a sport that people watch because they can't do the things that you used to be able to do.
Yeah, but when you're talking about Super Bowls, I did not win one, obviously. I can hear the comments now. But when I look at the LA Rams versus the Patriots, I don't want to see that Super Bowl. I want to see the Patriots versus.
That was one of the worst Super Bowls.
It was low scoring.
But that was also more bad offense than it was great defense.
No, bad offense is good defense. You know what I'm saying? But the Patriots versus the Falcons and the marvel after Tom Brady's greatness, that's what cemented his legacy. But this is the only issue that I have in regards to officiating is, does it impact the game? Does it impact the game at the end of the game where it's like, okay, the other team could not recover from it? The one that sticks out the most, and I'm drawing a blank, but Dez Bryant.
The catch.
Yes. Against Green Bay. Against Green Bay playoffs.
It's one of them things like, oh my God, like that impacted the pass interference call, for New Orleans Saints. So those type of calls, they have to take the time to really make the right call, because when you don't, certain things happen.
I would just tell you from a fan's perspective, that was a bad example to bring up Dez Bryant against the Green Bay Packers, because that led to so much misery for Cowboy fans, which made me very happy. Saturday is littered with ranked versus ranked college football showdowns.
Good morning. It is time to get up with a Thursday night thriller. Flacco goes wacko as the Burrowless Bengals bite back against Pittsburgh. We're all over it. Meanwhile, the fallout in Philly. Could these Eagles be grounded for good if they can't flip the script in Minnesota? Which sets up the game of the week. Could be Cowboys Commanders. If that door is open in the East, which of these contenders is ready to roll through? Answers to those and other questions as we get up.
Yes!
No one brings the heat like Jessica Mendoza. We're all over the baseball from yesterday. The football squad is ready to go. Fortinball's got you covered from every possible gambling direction. Let's do this on a Friday. We start last night in Cincinnati. The game of the night, Steelers and the Bengals. It's Flacco, it's Rodgers. They're a combined 81 years old at kickoff. 3rd and 6 on the Steelers' opening drive. Aaron Rodgers has lots of time.
They said he was too old, but Aaron Rodgers buys time, scrambles around, and finds another tight end, Jonnu Smith, for a touchdown. 8 seconds he held that football.
Steelers take an early 7-0 lead, and you're thinking, okay, here they come. They're 4-1. They're for real. You're thinking wrong, because Jamar Chase had himself an unbelievable night. This is a Bengals 2nd and goal. Bart, why is Chase in single coverage?
I don't know. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. You talk about $179 million on defense. I need a rebate.
Jalen Ramsey singled up on him out there, and that's the theme of the night. Harry will talk about as we continue. They just wouldn't get away from that coverage. Now, very next drive, as Burrow loves it, Steelers on a 1st and 10. Where exactly is Rodgers throwing this ball?
This is inexcusable. He should have hit his check down, Jalen Warren, who was right there over the ball. Sometimes you get greedy. This is the only bad play I thought Aaron Rodgers made last night.
And that sets up this. It's Flacco, it's T. Higgins, and Peter. They're not going to get him 29 yards.
No, they're not. It wasn't just Jamar Chase last night. T. Higgins had a huge game as well. It won't be discussed as much.
These receivers for Cincinnati finally opening it up. Now we're going the other way. And Bart, how about the defensive effort? DJ Turner wrestling an interception away from DK.
I think this was really the change point of the game, taking points off the board. 1 knee equals 2 feet. Turnover, big play.
How about I take your cornbread?
Bengals turn it into a field goal. They're up 17-10. Now, 3 minutes to play in the game. Steelers down by 6. And this is vintage Aaron Rodgers on a 2nd and long. Look at him finding space, finding Pat Freiermuth, and he's going the rest of the distance.
36 career comebacks from Aaron Rodgers. The only problem is that other guy on the field has 29.
Look at Rodgers spinning away, still slings it as good as anybody you've ever seen. Steelers take a 31-30
Broderick
lead.
Jones jumping all over him. I'm not sure I love that. But that's all right.
He didn't love it either. But here's the point. Steelers, that big-time defense, time to do your job and close out the game. And they didn't. Flacco, Chase, 16 catches, franchise record, 161 yards. Drive continues. Tick, 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 as Chris Berman would say. 2 plays later, 2nd and 8. How about this throw from Flacco?
Unbelievable. Look at the trajectory of the football, allowing his receiver to just go and run underneath it.
Smart.
Because that man coverage again.
Higgins taking that knee, 6 catches. So that enables them to run the clock down. 11 seconds left. Evan McPherson, 36 yards. It's up. It's good. Bengals take the lead 33-31. Joe Burrow loves it, but there's one moment of drama.